What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. Today is I think it's a week 196 update of my keto story, or my journey to rewind my health from a morbidly obese weight to a healthy weight, living a ketogenic, low carb, high protein, healthy lifestyle. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not a doctor, not a healthcare professional. Talk to your own doctor. But today's video is basically going to recap last week and talk about the plan going forward. Now, speaking of all that, last week I had a very productive week. It's towards the end of the year, you start having to get like all your annual doctor visits and everything all done before, January 1st. So I went to get the eye doctor, kids do dentist, orthodontist. It was like a week full of appointments. But it got me thinking, because at this point in the game, I think, what do we have, like 6 weeks left, maybe 7 weeks left of this year. So it got me thinking of like that squirrel that prepares for winter. They're constantly preparing, grabbing all the nuts they can find, making that nice warm shelter for the winter. Just that absolute like total preparation for what's to come, right? So I kind of tie that into what I'm trying to do towards the end of the year here. Now, with that time being said, I don't think that you have to wait till January 1st to have your New Year's resolution, wait to that date. But I will say that could be a good target date to kick off your weight loss journey. But in the time being, like the last 6-7 weeks of this year, why not prepare, figure out your plan, get all that figured out now, maybe do a run through so that when January 1st comes, you're familiar with what you're doing. So that's kind of like where I'm at. So I like to start it off by, finally have time, I should say, in addition. I want to start it off with organizing my kitchen, my pantry, my freezers. So I have a lot to do in the old fridge and pantry and cabinets and stuff like that for me to be in where I want to be towards the end of the year. But I started on at least overhauling the pantry. Now let's walk over there. I've been at this since February 11th, 2019. I'm approaching that 4-year mark. So with that said, I have tried all the angles to lose weight. And when I say that, that means I tried buying all the products, I tried doing no products, I tried replacing, swapping, all the different things, like the keto sweeteners, the bars, the shakes. I tried it all in the last 4 years. And this was the first time I went through my pantry. Let me give you a quick rundown, or the before. This pantry is, I believe it's 8 by 9 feet. It's hard to tell, hard to judge scale because this particular camera does not zoom out. It's like very small lens. So, but I have 9-foot ceilings. These cabinets are basically all filled with drawers, and then there's shelving around the side. So, and there's 3 of these cabinets. So, but anyways, before I show you, let me show you the before first. So as you can see, very unorganized. Big old mess. I mean, I took everything out of my cabinets, rearranged stuff, and I literally threw away so much stuff that is just not needed. Now, let me show you the after, okay? So we keep our top shelf alcohol, quote unquote. It's on the top shelf, that's why. And then I have a few things that are just random stuff that is in the shelving on the side. But for instance, I threw away so much stuff. I mean, these cabinets are like almost bare now. Like I have space up here that was chock full before. Those are Kyle's, and those are decent for a low carb bar, but this is what I'm working with. Like the cool thing is now, if I need something, I'm so organized. Like I have all my baking mixes all right here, like my favorite keto sweetener. It's just all the like individual style, like coconut flour, almond flours, just random stuff. All the stuff that I would still use if I was going to make a recipe, canned goods down there. Let me show you another one. This is another cabinet with 2 extra spots with nothing because I threw so much stuff away. This is basically, you know, all of my canned goods are in this drawer. It was liberating. I mean, my kids do not eat keto. They're more low carb and stuff. So I do have a few, my husband is celiac, so we have to do like the gluten-free and rice thing. But I mean, that's literally all I have for grains. That I have empty canisters, you know, it's just a very liberating feeling to be at this point in my journey. And I'm going to tell you why this all makes sense in a second. You know, sauces, you know, the few random keto ones that actually are good, like the cilantro lime, Korean barbecue, you know, like teriyaki sauce, some salsas. You know, I love making a curry, you know, that kind of thing. And then, you know, Tupperware, it just goes on and on and on. And then my last cabinet here, and this literally took me like all day yesterday. But again, empty spots. And I'm gonna tell you why in a second. My husband gets his own drawer. He eats weird stuff, so he gets his own stuff. I want the kids to stay out of it, so that's why it's up there. But this is literally, after all of these cabinets, this is all I have for keto products. And that's starting with my Element electrolytes, because I literally use them every day, all the time. And that would be if I lost weight or didn't lose weight, I just live a keto or low carb lifestyle. That's why these are here to stay. And then real quick, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Element. Element electrolytes are my go-to electrolytes. They are pretty much one of the I think I have 2 sponsors left on this channel that I haven't kicked to the curb. The reason is because electrolytes are something you need regardless if your weight loss status, whether you need to lose weight or gain weight, maintain weight. Electrolytes are something we just need. And I choose to use Element electrolytes because each packet comes with a science-backed ratio of electrolytes. So you're getting 1,000 milligrams of sodium, you're getting 200 milligrams of potassium and 60 milligrams of magnesium in each packet. In addition to that, there are no artificial flavors, no fillers, they're gluten-free, they're sugar-free, they just taste good. And my favorite flavors, personally, is the watermelon salt. I also like the raspberry, with citrus being my third. My husband loves the orange. I'm not a fan of that one, but don't take our word for it. You can get a free sample pack of all 8 unique flavors. You can get this free with any order at element.com with my special link down below. You can use it as many times as you want, but this promo is only available with my special link. This way you can try all of the flavors and pick your favorites. You go to www.drinkelement.com/keto rewind. That's DRINKLMNT.com/keto rewind. Now, what do you say? Let's get back to the show. Thanks, Element, for sponsoring this video. So what I was saying basically on the products is I literally went through 3 giant cabinets, probably in total got rid of 1 whole cabinet's worth of keto products. And that's because they're not needed. And I'm, you know, kind of like, I've come to the point where it's okay to have a couple of things, but where I started going wrong was incorporating them too much into my diet. Now, I have kids, so I obviously have lots of non-keto things because there's always at least 8 kids here. I come home with kids and I have extra kids and spare kids after school and all the softball and all, you know, like all the team sports, all the friends that they make. So I always have stuff that's non-keto. And I put them in the lower drawers where I'm not going to be tempted. I don't even look down there. This way they can come and go get themselves their own snack instead of involving me. But the main thing is after going through this pantry, I was so annoyed with how many keto products I had that I was on a rampage when I was cleaning this pantry because there was just so much stuff that just got in the way of what you need. And so I got rid of all the bars, all of it, except for my few favorites that I keep, that I made myself condense to 1 drawer because it's literally not needed it's not needed to have all that. Not only that, but my pantry in itself is so much more organized. I have space now all over my cabinets. I have been bursting at the seams and complaining about it for such a long time. And all I had to do was just go through my stuff and purge all the stuff that didn't taste good anyways, didn't hit the spot, For me, I found after nearly 4 years of this, I'm like 3.5 years in, I found that I will stick to my desired way of eating, the lifestyle that I'm choosing. I'll have less emotional ups and downs if I don't include those things in my diet, period. Good standard American diet way or keto-fied version. I just find with this nearly 3.5 years into this, I personally work best if I just avoid it all and keep things simple. And at first, you have to go through that like withdrawal stage of both, because you're not having, so we're just making this example easy. You're not having that brownie anymore. But then after like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 weeks go on and you're not having the brownie, well, now the brownie's not really filling the void anymore because the brownie's out of the picture. And you're kind of found new ways to enjoy that need when you're not having that brownie that's constantly standing in your way and ruining and sabotaging your journey. So it just gets easier as time goes on. And it took a lot to get to that conclusion because I wanted to keto-fy all the recipes out there. I'm not satisfied at the end of the day. So when I'm going through my pantry and I'm going through all those stuff that I bought to make these recipes. I mean, even the ones where you made pasta noodles and it was like the science experiment to make pasta, but it was so much work to get there to make these noodles and having all this like chemical reaction with water and a squirt bottle. And it's like, why are you doing all this? So it was very therapeutic to go through that pantry, get rid of it all, and then plan for the future now. Because we have like 6, 7 weeks or so until January 1st. So why not plan and get yourself getting some momentum so that when everybody else in the world is hitting that reset button on January 1st, you've already pretty much had a head start. And in addition to that, you've had more time to like work out the kinks. Or see, okay, I can do this, or like, okay, I can do this, let's try this now, and, build on that momentum so that you have a better chance to really make this change. Because when it comes down to it, all the products in the world are not going to help you lose the weight. It comes down to self-discipline. It comes down, if you want to do it, you'll find time. And if you don't want to do it, you'll find an excuse. And unfortunately, those are hard truths. Because I've been battling those a lot, and it wasn't until I accepted them that I'm going to make some progress this time. So it starts with overhauling your pantry, your fridge, get yourself organized and prepared so that when the winter comes, you are ready, right? But in this case, January 1st, everybody's weight loss resolution is let's lose all this weight, and then they fizzle out and die in 10 days into it. And, put their hands up. Well, they didn't get prepared. They didn't do the work leading up. And it makes sense why you could fall off or not make that New Year's resolution come true. So for me, I want success. And it comes down to the point where you've had enough is enough. And it's time to make those changes. It's time to start living those changes. And it's time to accepting if you're living a low carb, high protein, keto lifestyle, that is what you're living. If you're trying to live the standard American diet with a hack or keto hack or whatnot, it's not going to work. And as much as it seemed at the time it was going to work, at the time I was very, this was all new to me. But some people can do it. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I'm just saying if you really want to make a change, you can't live that old way, kind of like that saying, you can't put lipstick on a pig, I can't enjoy keto brownies because they don't satisfy me, and they still have carbs, they still have fat, they still have calories. They're not free, but I live in this illusion, well, if I've keto-fied it, I can have it, and but then now I don't like it but it didn't taste like the way I wanted it to taste like. So now I want the other thing even more. And then that starts the whole spiral of mistakes, and it's this vicious cycle. And that's why we have the yo-yos. That's why we have that, that never-ending revolving door. It's not until you can navigate that obstacle with an actual solution that you're ever going to make that change and have progress, So that's kind of where I'm at right now. In fact, when I started my journey, I lost a significant part of my weight before I even had any keto products. So if that isn't some type of a clue or the heads up for you guys, it's the truth, you know. And it wasn't so I started adding into all these other things that now those habits are coming back because, well, you can have this protein bar that tastes like a cinnamon roll. Well, now I want that cinnamon roll, but I'm having this and this was disgusting. So, you know, like not only did I waste my money, it was gross, but I really want that cinnamon roll that I had in my mind, you know? So it's just, that's what I'm trying to say here. And I hope that all makes sense. But anyways, I wasn't planning on doing a update down here in the kitchen. So I'm still in my sweatshirt from when I went out and worked out. So I apologize, but it's like when you get on that roll, I just want to get it out. And adding on to that, if I want to hit that finish line, the goal weight, you know, have my happy ending, I have to make these decisions where I'm drawing a line in the sand. Because yes, you can lose all the weight in the world with products, shakes, all those fad things. You can totally lose weight on. But is it sustainable? Does it change you? Is it going to be the new you? All of that stuff? No, more than likely it's not. Are you gonna rebound? Are you gonna rebound harder? Probably. And that's what I want to prevent you guys from doing. So as someone who is 3.5+ years into this, approaching the 4-year mark, I just want you to learn from me. Don't make the same mistakes I did. Keep it simple and make the plan, practice it now so that when the new year rolls out and everybody and their mother's got a health kick fitness goal, you've already gone through that test run, so you know what worked and what didn't, and you're refining the new you. But to think that you can literally eat a protein bar that tastes like cinnamon rolls and feel like, you know, that's cured you is just silly. And it doesn't work that way. So if you were me, or if I could give you any advice, for me, I would say you have to test this stuff out for yourself. But I will say I would almost lean heavily on the fact that if you're like me, you're following me on this channel, you're similar to how I operate, I can't have those things, keto or not, in my life. I want to live a ketogenic, low carb, unprocessed, whole foods type lifestyle. I don't want all that processed crap in my body. You know, I don't want that. It just keeps this miserable, like just revolving door of yo-yoing. And I don't want that anymore. I want to make the change, and I'm ready to finally do that, you know? So as I'm going into the new year, I'm making that plan now where I don't even have any of those things in my pantry anymore. My cabinets are organized and ready to go. You know, I've got the workout thing nailed, you know, I got that. So the missing piece of the puzzle is if I show up, and I have to show up each and every day. And that means that I don't want certain things in my life anymore, and I had to cut the cord. You know, like I had to draw that line in the sand, because either it's a keto processed food or a standard American processed food, it still doesn't work for me. And I can't move forward until I say no to those. And I want to feel good. I want to feel my best. I want to look my best, and I want to heal from the inside out. So in conclusion, go through your pantry, go through your fridge, go through your freezer, organize everything. Get rid of the stuff that just, you know, is going to either trigger you, or it's going to tempt you. It's going to lead you down a path that's hard to overcome, you know, that kind of thing. Just get rid of it and donate it. You know, I should say this, don't like throw good food away. Donate it, you know, like give it to somebody that you know could use it. But make that decision now. Think about it. Can you really lose weight and have those things in your life? If you can, cool. If you're like me, no, I can't make any type of brownie and expect to lose weight. I need to learn how to have that brownie happiness without having the brownie. And that means I need to find something else that makes me happy, that's not food related, you know, that brings me joy. Maybe I need to, when I have a trigger, when I have a craving or something like that, maybe just a plain old square of dark chocolate is all I need. You know, maybe I don't need to make this 300 calorie brownie, you know, to fill that void. You know what I mean? Like this real simple, keep it simple. And additionally, like maybe curling up on the couch with a book for 15 minutes, maybe meditating, you know, something else to bring me that joy that brownie could have done. And that's where I'm going to make the changes. If I continue to eat the brownie, I know what's going to happen. It's like the gateway for me. I'm going to want more brownies, and if those brownies didn't taste good, I want the one I was craving, you know, and it's just going to be that vicious cycle. So, and I don't want that anymore. So I have done a really good job getting the workouts and all of that stuff going. So now that I have that pretty much nailed or set in sand, now it's time to tackle these next issues, get the kinks worked out so that when the January comes first, I've already had the head start, I've already figured it out, and I'm just gonna keep doing more of what works January 1st. Because after all, I still have like 60 pounds to lose, you know? It's like, that's a significant amount of weight I still have to lose, you know? So, but if I don't start now, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna come off, and if the longer I put it off, the harder it's going to be to keep doing this. So I hope that all makes sense. So the plan for this week is just basically to keep organizing, tidying up all the projects that I've not been able to do since we've been so busy with sports. You know, if it's colder now, I have a lot of stuff where I'm just going to start making this humongous punch list, and I'm gonna just start one at a time. Those things should keep me busy, it should keep me focused, and I'll be well on my way. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you're looking for electrolytes, use the link down below and order yourself a free sample pack with any order. I am Jess. I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye.